Welcome to my second vlog. Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you about January. We're in the mid of January and I want to talk about health, joy, pain, sorrow and acupuncture today. January is a tough month for so many of us all around the world, especially in the westerly world. During the last couple of months, we have been spending much too much money on buying all these gifts and presents. In the US, it starts up already in November with Thanksgiving. And the concept of Black Friday has now spread all over the world, also to Sweden, where I live. And the huge wave, hysterical, crazy wave of consumption around, starting up with Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and then bringing us to Christmas, is devastating. We don't only drown from it, we feel unhappy, unsure, and most of all now in January, poor. We have come to believe in the persisting, quite sick message, I'd say, that we cannot be happy without buying things, new things, a lot of things, all the time. The marketing and commercials are everywhere. They stick more or less onto our skin. They make their way into our brains, and what they persistently keep repeating in commercials all around finally actually becomes some kind of truth to us. We believe the message. We're not good enough if we don't do this shopping or buy this for our husband, wife, children, or whatnot. As a consequence, the sales for Christmas increase every year. It reaches heights of incredible sums, hard to even fathom, to grasp. The amount of money we're spending on Christmas gifts every year. Somebody keeps earning the big bucks, whereas the rest of us stand there in January next to devastated. Without enough money to make ends meet, maybe right here and now in your own family. We can't even buy new food or food enough to put on the table because we have been using all this money we would need now with buying a lot of things we don't need. The way consumption is being speeded up during the end of the year, making many of us spending money we don't even have, leads to deep suffering for a lot of people. People during this time of the year especially. To be able to pay for all these Christmas gifts, way too many choose to take easily available loans to costs which are skyrocketing with absurd interest rates. Short-sightedness make loan givers rich on someone else's expense, on yours and on mine. On the commuter train back home from my clinic, acupuncture clinic, just the other day, I noticed an ad up there on the wall offering us to place all of our costly loans in their company to lower the interest. We keep being fooled all the time, and it becomes so evident now in January. Look around at the advertisements you find all around you. You'll see. For those of you who ponder on buying things you can actually do without, put it in a hold. Put it on a hold. Save up the money first. Then make a second check. Is this really necessary for me to buy right now? Will I die without it? Much of the depression, low self-esteem, stomach pain, headache, and tough sleeping disorders are connected with your bad or maybe even lousy economy. Worries keep you awake during nighttime and harms your body and soul in the long run. The good and hopeful thing here is that this situation can be solved. You don't have to live this way any longer. The solution is, however, not getting a third loan to quickly pay off the ones you already have. The solution is simply, from now on, stop buying what you don't need for your survival. Actually, buying way too much for money that you don't have will rather risk your own survival, your own health in the long run. There is no use now blaming yourself for things you have already done. But take into account how you feel this January. Let that feeling now become present for you, right now, right this week. How does it feel inside January? I suggest you write it down somewhere, because I would guess this keeps repeating itself every year. Christmas comes every year, so does Black Friday and Thanksgiving for those of you who are American. There are nice little notebooks you can buy. They don't need to cost much. Or just take a piece of paper and a pen. Write the date and the year, right now, 2019, and write down, today I feel this way. And this time it's important that you don't try to fool yourself or anyone else. Be honest and be true, because that's the way you can help yourself from now on, actually forever. Write down exactly how you feel right now. And this is something that you can go back to and read later on to remind yourself when October comes, 2019. When you have written how you feel now, how you sleep, how's your stomach working, what about headaches, what about stress, what about loan givers with terrible interest rates that are really sniffing in your back? You have to pay this back and it costs you a great deal to have used this money. Write all those feelings down, be honest to yourself. And now, when you've written all those feelings down, make a decision that you will change your shopping patterns. And I'll give you some real nice, happy advice. I was listening to the radio the other day. I heard about a young woman who never had money enough on her bank account at the end of the month. Before the next salary was being paid out, she always had to borrow money from her parents, sisters and brothers or friends to make ends meet at the end of every month. She realized that she could do it differently. She said she had always liked to compete. She liked sports. So she decided that she should start saving her money and keep a detailed record in a notebook. Her savings grew quickly. And when she stopped buying all those things, that's when it started growing, her savings. And she realized all those things that she was buying all the time, she didn't need them. She stopped eating out, being out partying as often as she used to do with her friends. She was out now and then, but not to the extent she had been doing that, not to the extent she had been doing previously. And she saved up so much from her salaries that she could pay for a percentage of her own apartment and could get a mortgage from the bank for the rest of the amount at a low interest rate. So what her savings and her feeling that she wanted to compete with herself and really showing herself that she could do this ended up in her own apartment. And her luck when she described this on the radio was so amazing to listen to. It is possible. She could do it. You can do it too. If you get decided that this is enough, I don't want to feel this way ever again. No one is happier because he or she gets this or that or this or that extremely expensive gift. Mobile phones, iPads, computers, you name it. They soon start looking for something else. Oh, the neighbor kid got this here. I'd like to have an iPhone, this and that, because he or she has the latest model. I didn't get it. So this doesn't buy us happiness. On the contrary, I'd say. It's not worth it. And that's my message today. Peace of mind and a good conscience is the best thing that you can give to yourself. And when you feel good, when you have a good night's sleep, when you have no tension in your body or stress, or feel chased by all these companies that wants to get back the loan with a high interest, everyone around you will be as happy as you are. Your family, your children, your friends, siblings, you name it. They will all notice that your shoulders are going down, you can smile, you can relax, and your sleep pattern will be lovely. By quitting all self-blaming at this time and deciding to do differently from now on, you will open up entirely new doors and pathways in your life. And I promise you, this will happen and you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. With a sense of inner peace of mind, you will sleep deeply and your body will get the well-needed rest. With a peace of mind, you will feel relaxed and all tensions will leave your body. You will be able to breathe easily and deeply. Fresh oxygen will be entering your lungs and you will notice that your heartbeat actually slows down a bit. The tension and stress leaves your body and soul like when the steam softly leaves a cup of hot tea. Much of today's stress and anxiety comes from a feeling of not being good enough. We keep comparing ourselves with others, and on social media, anyone can easily put up a picture of being fantastic, having figured everything out and succeeding with anything easily. This is not true. Believe me. This is not the way it is. Don't buy into that. Don't believe that is true. That's not the total picture. That's not the truth. That is something we want to show in social media so that we look as if we are successful. There could be the deepest pain in the body and soul behind these flashing, beautiful, nice pictures of all the activities different people in our networks are doing and posting on social media. All of us actually deal with life itself. Sometimes life smiles beautifully at us, of course it does. But sometimes it makes us break down and cry and feel terribly unhappy. Low energy, no power to do anything, just crying is tough enough some days. It's hard to get out of bed, as I said in my first vlog, and the depression kind of creeps onto you. That happens to everyone at some time in everyone's life, and that is a truth. It's so important that you know that you are never alone. In your loneliest moments, there is always someone there who loves you very much. Although it might not feel that way, it is that way. Remember one thing, that you are never a burden to anyone else. Reach out your hand, reach out your arm. At an arm's length, there is somebody there, I promise you. Although it might not feel that way, it is that way. It's important that you let people around you know the way you feel. If life is tough right now, let somebody know that and ask them to lend their ear and attention to you so that you can speak up, put words to your feelings and get that sense of peace of mind which everyone, each and every one of us needs to feel. There are so many professional people around who can help you, but the most important thing is to find someone who is loving, who has a big heart and who really cares for you and listens to you. You're always welcome. Always get in touch if you feel that you want to do that. Here in my vlog you find my mail address, and you also find my address if you check my website. Take good care of yourself. Don't ever blame yourself. And there's always a new day tomorrow where you can do differently. Lots of love. Be hearing from you.